With Shards Online, Citadel Studios is setting out to create an innovative game where players are in charge of their own destiny. Big talk, but the sandbox role-playing game draws a lot of inspiration from old action RPGs like Ultima Online and Neverwinter Nights. Here, though, there's less of a guided experience and more of an opportunity for players to either explore an adventure or create and run a game that can be modified. Shards Online is broken up into clusters and shards. In an MMO, you've got PvE servers and PvP servers, each with a predetermined rule set, and that's how clusters work in Shards Online. Then, there are the actual shards, which are essentially zones within a cluster. Each shard has its own story, and there can be vastly different themes present from shard to shard. Players can travel from one shard to another within a cluster and explore what they all have to offer. Once you choose the cluster you want to play on, you'll create a character. His stats and skills will persist between shards, but if you want to check out another cluster, you'll need to re-roll. If you want to explore, adventure, quest, and interact with other players in a normal role-playing setting, then your character will be a mortal. Mortals also have abilities and level up through a skill-based system that's been borrowed from Ultima Online. Mortals are limited to how many skills they can learn, and the more you use a skill, the stronger it becomes. Players can re-specialize and learn different skills as well. If you want to create your own cluster or shard, manage what goes on there, and otherwise shape the way content looks, you'll play as a god. Gods are basically server admins with special powers. As a god, you can break out of Shard's isometric view, create and move things around in the world, or even jump in one of the enemies around a map and fight back against real players. Using mods made with Lua scripts, gods can change everything in Shards. They can create new skills and abilities, write new storylines in AI, remove all the spawns, and so much more. You could basically rewrite the entire game if you wanted to, without much scripting knowledge. While Shards Online seems like it will be more fun with a large group, those looking for a single-player experience will be pleased to know that there's also a full solo story campaign where each shard will have its own little story. It's no secret that creating a big game with a small budget is hard, so I find it very smart how the Citadel crew is letting players run and moderate their game for them. It's a new take on the action RPG genre, and I'm looking forward to seeing what types of shards folks come up with. For more on Shards, stay tuned to IGN.